Let me call upon stage Nitin Soni.
Louder, louder, louder. Come on, louder.
दोस्तों, सक्सेस इन एनी फील्ड इज 70% साइकोलॉजी एंड 30% मैकेनिक्स. किसी भी फील्ड में, इन whatever field you choose, success is all about 70% psychology and 30% mechanics.
मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, विराट कोहली ने सेंचुरी मारी थी क्या डेब्यू? अच्छा, सचिन तेंदुलकर ने मारी थी? अच्छा, धोनी ने मारी थी? But all of these three individuals are legends, in spite of the fact that they did not score century on debut. Even if you are not able to score century on debut, you can still become a legend if you take few things right. Understand this.
Why do you want to become what you want to become? Why do you want to get that success? Why do you want to get that degree? Why do you want to become a rank holder? Why do you want it? Answer your why.
They are compromising on their potential. You have amazing potential in you. Why do you want to restrict it? You're not supposed to restrict your potential. Warren Buffett has 97 different streams of income. 97. And the day I realized, the day I noticed it, I said 97. What the hell?
What is the difference? The difference is in their psychology. That's where the entire difference lies. That's the main thing. You need to understand your psychology, your mindset. Ushme kya chal raha hai? That's what you need to focus.
Excellent. And I knew I would be the top scorer in the institute. And that's exactly what I did. Each and every paper that I gave, when I came back home, I said, I'm ready for the next one. And I did that. Ready for the next one. Did that. Then I waited for my results. And on the results day, what did happen? I failed. What is it that I can do now? At the best I can study. At the best I can put in the hard work. At the best I can do whatever is possible for me to do. What else can I do?
He actually looked at the big portrait of Mount Everest and he said, Mount Everest, I know you are failing me. But the more and more you fail me, the more and more I'm getting determined that one day I'm going to stand on top of you. Do you know why, Sir Edmund Hillary said? He said, do you know why? Because you, even as Mount Everest, cannot grow any further. But I, as a human being, will keep growing. That's my message to you. Keep growing. No matter what Mount Everest you want to climb in your life, you can. If you have the right mindset and if you do not let your failures enter your mind, why? Because it's your responsibility, friends. It's your responsibility. Nobody else is going to work hard for you. Nobody else is going to bring your dream in a silver plate and say, hey, here is your dream, enjoy. No, that's never going to happen. You will have to work hard. You will have to put in the hard work. You will have to burn the midnight oil. You will have to make your dream come true. The responsibility is yours. I cannot do your push-ups for you, can I? Can I? Of course not. You will have to do your push-ups.
What do? You notice that you are not the only one who is watching that dream. You are not the only one having that dream inside you. When there are 1,000 other mothers who are having the same dream for their sons, what do you do to make the dream of your mother come true? You outwork your competition. You outwork your competition. You get up early. You work harder. You stay longer. You do whatever it takes. You got to overwork. You got to outwork. You got to outsmart everybody else. Because if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. If you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. If you are not getting up early, someone else is getting up early. And he is going to grab your position. He's going to grab your position. Understand this. You got to outwork your competition. If it means doing anything that you have not done till date, you should be interested in doing it. Learning techniques, learning facts, programming your subconscious, whatever it may be. Be ready to outwork your competition.
My intensity multiplied. My hunger multiplied. My seriousness multiplied. I prepared like hell. I was actually doing things that nobody around me was doing. I was studying for 12 hours a day and I said, no matter what happens on the results day, I'm going to give my best shot in this again. I studied like anything. And I did all those test papers, working, studying over and over and over again. I revised over and over and over again. And I gave my exams to the best of my ability. And all the results in the screen said, pass.
Unless and until you answer your whys, you will not be able to remain motivated. You need motivation? Answer your whys. Answer your whys. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Is it because of your father? You want to make your father's dream come true? Is it because of your mother? Your mother is looking a dream for you and you want to make her dream come true? Is it because of your siblings, your brother, your sister, your other family members? Or is it probably because yourself? You say, I want to become rich because I want to prove to the world that I am a rich person and I'm not a poor person. You got to answer your whys. Why do you want to become what you want to become? Answer your whys. Because this is exactly where motivation lies. What are you waiting for? Whatever it takes. Even if it takes for you to learn something, learn it. If it takes for you to work hard, work hard. If it takes for you to get up early in the morning, get up early in the morning. If it takes for you to work day in and day out, do it. He was a world heavyweight champion in boxing, Mike Tyson. डरते थे लोग उसके नाम से. और Mike Tyson won 37 fights back to back. अपनी लाइफ की पहली फाइट से लेकर 37 फाइट्स तक माइक टाइसन हर एक फाइट जीतता गया. एक भी फाइट वो नहीं हारा. और पीपल यूज्ड टू स्वेट बाय हिज नेम. डरते थे लोग उसके नाम से. 37 फाइट लगातार जीतना इज नो गेम. एंड ही वाज द वर्ल्ड हेवीवेट चैंपियन. 37 फाइट लगातार जीतने के बाद जो 38वीं फाइट उसकी थी वो थी अगेंस्ट जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस. और ये जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस कौन था? कुछ भी नहीं. अ नॉर्मल बॉक्सर, वेरी नॉर्मल बॉक्सर. कभी भी अपने लाइफ के अंदर हेवीवेट चैंपियन नहीं बना. कभी भी उसने कोई बहुत बड़ी चैंपियनशिप नहीं जीती. वेरी नॉर्मल बॉक्सर. 38th मैच माइक टाइसन का अगेंस्ट जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस. इट वाज अ वन-साइडेड मैच. दे सेड माइक टाइसन इज गोइंग टू विन एनीवेज. सारा मीडिया हैरान, सारी दुनिया हैरान. माइक टाइसन लॉस्ट द मैच. 38th फाइट माइक टाइसन लॉस्ट इट. हाउ कम? ये कैसे हो सकता है? सारा का सारा मीडिया पागलों की तरह जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस के पीछे. बस्टिन डगलस, ये तुमने किया कैसे? हाउ डिड यू जस्ट वन अगेंस्ट माइक टाइसन? इम्पॉसिबल. हाउ कुड यू डू द इम्पॉसिबल? ये किया कैसे तुमने? He said, before this match, my mother declared to the world that her son is going to beat Mike Tyson. She declared it to the world, to the relatives, to the friends, everybody, and she was extremely happy. और जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस ने कहा, माँ क्या कर रहे हो? Why are you doing that? I'm not too sure. She said, you are not sure. I am sure because I believe in my son. My son is going to beat the hell out of Mike Tyson, and my son is going to win. He said, it was my mother's dream that I beat Mike Tyson. It was my mother's dream that I become the world champion. It was my mother's dream that I become a true champion in my life by beating Mike Tyson, and not just Mike Tyson, whoever it may be. And my mother died 2 weeks before this match. He said, my mother died 2 weeks before this match. And I wanted to make her dream come true. He said, I wanted to make her dream come true. माइक टाइसन के अलावा अगर वहां पर 100 माइक टाइसन भी होते, उसके बावजूद मैं ये मैच जीतता. Because it was my mother's dream and I wanted to fulfill my mother's dream.
ये सोचता है कि मैं स्पेशल नहीं हूं. अगर यहां एक भी सोचता है कि मैं वर्दी नहीं हूं, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है उससे कि आज की शाम अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ बिता लेना. आज की शाम तन्हाई में अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ बिता लेना और आपकी माँ, आपके पिताजी आपको बताएंगे कि आप कितने स्पेशल हो. There is nobody in the entire world who has a fingerprint like you.
लक, नसीब. कई मैं से देखता हूं जो अपने नसीब को पकड़ के बैठते हैं, जो ये कहते हैं कि इट्स ओनली एंड ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ माई लक. इफ आई एम फेलिंग, इट्स ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ माई लक. नसीब की वजह से आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं होता. तो अगर 2 तरह के लोग हैं, बिलीव करते हैं नसीब, कुछ बिलीव नहीं करते नसीब के ऊपर. आप मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर आपके नसीब की वजह से ही सब कुछ होता है, अगर आपके लक की वजह से ही सब कुछ ये हो रहा है, तो मेहनत क्यों कर रहे हो? मेहनत करने की क्या जरूरत है? और अगर नसीब में नहीं लिखा, नसीब को लेकर के मत. जब आप अपने नसीब को देख करके कहते हो कि भाई कभी ना कभी तो चमकेगा, आपका नसीब आपको देख करके कहता है कभी ना कभी चमकेगा. आप नहीं समझते.
You command respect, power, recognition, social status, everything. It has amazing. I am the king of the jungle now. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Alrighty. There we go. So, welcome everyone. This is Nitin Soni, and I welcome you to day 5 of the Superpowers Success Summit. दोस्तों जल्दी से लिख दीजिए SPS in the chat box if you all can see me, if you all can hear me. This is Nitin Soni, and I want to welcome you on this yet another day of the Superpowers Success Summit. It's a 30-day mega session. It's a 30-day mega program. It's a 30-day mega summit in which we have invited some of India's top speakers, coaches, trainers, experts for you, for your transformation. And if you are excited, quickly type in SPS in the chat box. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining in. I can already see that you're excited. The comments are flowing in. This is Nitin Soni, and I yet again welcome you to another session. This is day 5. दोस्तों कल हमने एक बहुत ही शानदार सेशन किया with Miss Sonu Singh on public speaking, right? And what a session it was, wasn't it? Well, I took a lot of notes. I've been speaking for almost a decade now, but still her session inspired me. It still gave me a lot of points that I am keeping in mind. When I go on stage next, I'm going to be keeping them at the back of my mind to deliver the session in a better way. And I'm sure all of you took a lot of notes. दोस्तों यही तो है सुपर पावर सक्सेस समिट. यही है पर्पस इस समिट का कि हर रोज एक ऐसा एक्सपर्ट आपके सामने आए जो आपके साथ शेयर करे अपने आइडियाज, कुछ ऐसे आइडियाज जो ये पावर रखते हैं आपकी जिंदगी को बदलने की. आज भी एक ऐसा ही सेशन है, एक ऐसा ही स्पेशल सेशन, और आई एम श्योर यू कैन ऑलरेडी सी द टाइटल ऑन द स्क्रीन. कल मैंने कहा था कि एक स्पेशल सेशन है, ज्यादा रिवील नहीं कर रहा इसके बारे में, लेकिन ये टेक्नोलॉजी सब रिवील कर देती है, ये क्रिएटिव सब रिवील कर देते हैं. और देखिए रिवील हो गया. This topic, the title, the subject, what we are going to be discussing is the magical process of writing daily. आज का सेशन और भी इंटरेस्टिंग और भी मजेदार है. क्यों? क्योंकि आज हमारे साथ है एक स्पेशल गेस्ट. दोस्तों आज के हमारे गेस्ट हमारे साथ शेयर करने वाले एक ऐसा प्रोसेस, और इससे पहले कि मैं उन्हें इनवाइट करूं, I want to take a little bit of time to tell you a little bit of background on this. I got the opportunity to have an interaction with her on this topic about few days ago when we were finalizing stuff for the summit. तब एक discussion हुआ उनसे और ये बातचीत की कि ये topic, writing daily, is it like writing daily for a book? This was my first question to her. कि ये क्या मतलब, is it like if somebody wants to write a book? She said no. I mean, so when you write daily, does that mean that you want to straight away publish a book? Answer is no. She said it's for me, it's for you. Just like we do a lot of stuffs every day, we eat, we meet people, we work, and she said a lot of people meditate, people practice those auto suggestions, manifestation processes, networking with people, all of that. She said, here's another way that people should add in their daily routine. What is it? Writing daily. Writing what? And then she explained this entire thing to me, and I was awestruck. दोस्तों हैरान रह गया मैं, और उस दिन से मैं खुद आप ही की तरह इस सेशन का इंतजार कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि अगर मैं ये कहूंगा कि मैं इस सब्जेक्ट का एक्सपर्ट हूं तो मैं बिल्कुल झूठ कहूंगा, गलत कहूंगा. आज आप ही की तरह मैं भी बैठूंगा, आराम से सीखूंगा उनसे. व्हाट इज दिस मैजिकल प्रोसेस ऑफ राइटिंग डेली? ये क्या लिखना है, कब लिखना है, कितने समय के लिए लिखना है, और ये है क्या? And we have added this word magic, right? Magic. इसका मतलब मैजिक की बात हो रही है, तो आई एम श्योर आप भी एक्साइटेड होंगे जब मैजिक की बात है. इसका मतलब मैजिकल प्रोसेस. तो दोस्तों this I guess has built up this entire session now, and I don't want to make you all wait for too long for this. I would like all of you to join me as I welcome our guest for today. She is a famous actress, an incredible human being, first of all, an amazing human being, but a very famous actor, actress. She's she's a very well-known name. She doesn't need any introduction. तो चलिए introduction में समय खराब नहीं करेंगे. Straight away invite करते हैं आज की guest को, जिनका नाम है Miss Iravati Harshe. There you go. Welcome, Iravati. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Nitin. Your energy is like bursting through the screen, reaching me. Thank you so
It-
much for having me today.
and I am excited right now because we have you as a special guest for this evening. इरावती, finally day 5 Superpower Success Summit. इससे पहले कि आपके सेशन में जाऊं, मैं आपसे सुनना चाहता हूं, how is this initiative that we have taken, this Superpower Success Summit, 30 days, 30 experts? What's your thought on that?
आई थिंक इट्स फैंटास्टिक. आई थिंक कि जिस तरह से आप लोगों को ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दे रहे हैं सुनने के लिए, सीखने के लिए, एंड फॉर 30 days, अगर समझो 30 days में से 15 दिन भी अगर एक एक घंटा 7 to 8 आप यहाँ आते हैं, तो कुछ ना कुछ नया आपको सीखने को मिल ही रहा है, या फिर कुछ जो आपके मन में जो थॉट्स फॉर्म हो रहे हैं उसको रीवैलिडेट किया जा रहा है फ्रॉम द वॉइसेस ऑफ द वंडरफुल पीपल दैट यू हैव गैदर्ड टुगेदर. आपकी टीम बहुत अच्छी है. सिर्फ मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि मुझे प्लीज एक्सपर्ट ना कहें, क्योंकि मैं एक स्टूडेंट हूँ. I am a student of cinema, and I'm a student of writing, and I'm a student of life. This is Earth School.
Yes.
So I am a
And
student, and
yep,
I'm
and
going
a
to
pretty
only share.
intelligent one. Huh? And a pretty intelligent one.
Well, it takes one to know one, I guess. So point is, I'm just going to
जी.
share from my own experience, जैसा कि हमने उस दिन बात की थी. So I'm very excited, and I can't say how happy I am to be here. And I'm so happy that you're doing this wonderful work with your wonderful team.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Iravati. Thank you very much. Coming from you means a lot. आज आपने कहा कि you are excited. मैंने कहा मैं excited हूँ. और दोस्तों, everybody who is connected with us right now, all of you who are watching us, type in excited in the chat box if you're already excited for this session. Iravati is right here live with us. Type in excited in the chat box if you're as excited as I am, as excited as she is for this next 30-35 minute session on the magic of writing daily. Type in excited in the chat box. Iravati, इससे पहले कि मैं ये आपको, I take the backstage and I hand over the things to you. I want to ask this: magic of writing daily. I'm a publisher. We publish books, all books, right? You can see here. क्या ये सिर्फ उन्हीं के लिए जो बुक्स पब्लिश करना चाहते हैं या किताब लिखना चाहते हैं, या इसके आगे भी कुछ है?
इसके आगे भी कुछ है. मैं ऐसा कहती हूँ कि दिस इज एक्चुअली अ डेली राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस फॉर एनीवन who wants to be light-hearted, who wants their mind clear, who wants to function through their life on a very high energy level without anything dragging you, without anything stopping you. This is a clearing process. I call it my clearing process, and I call it my daily writing practice as well. और ऐसा नहीं है, जो लिख रहे हैं ऑलरेडी उनके मसल्स तो डेवलप हो गए हैं. किसी ने कहा था कि राइटर्स के हैंड्स दे आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, दे कैन किक थ्रू anything, a wall like Bruce Lee. But the point is that if you're an author and you want to write, this practice is going to help you. If you're not an author and you don't have that कि मैं नहीं, मुझे पढ़ना, मुझे लिखना पसंद है यार, मैं लिखना चाहता हूँ, then too this is going to help you tremendously. And like I said, इसके spillover effects और benefits बहुत हैं. So I'm going to go into that very soon. But yeah,
Wow.
this is largely where I am. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. तो दोस्तों, I'm sure this is interesting now. अगर आप अपना mind clean रखना चाहते, there's a lot of clutter in our mind all the time, isn't it? A lot of things dragging us. I mean, there's a lot of baggage, there's a lot of weight that we carry all the time. Where? Not on our body, not on our shoulders, but in our head. And this program, this session is going to help you clean your mind. And as she said, it's going to help you get into this high energy zone in which you will become unstoppable and achieve some of the most ambitious goals that you have in your life. Iravati, I'm all ears to you now. Taking the backstage, over to you, dear. Take my audience through this session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nitin. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So thank you so much for listening to me and taking time out to be here with me. What is writing practice, और ये daily writing की बात क्या है? Is it just like journaling? Is it like writing notes to myself? I would say it's a bit of all of that. लेकिन मैं उसको categorize नहीं करना चाहती हूँ journaling या dreamscape या mentalscape में, क्योंकि मैंने कुछ 10 साल पहले एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत किताब मेरे हाथ लगी, and I want to share the name of that book, and it's called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And I think कि उनकी एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत गिफ्ट राइटिंग की दुनिया को मिली है, which is called morning pages. And I started from there. So how did I get into it? I started, okay, let me give it a shot, let me write for a week, let me see what morning pages are. And morning pages kuch bhi nahi hai. It's very simple to hear but very difficult to execute, बिकॉज उनका कहना ये है कि आप सुबह उठते हो तो कहीं और जाने के पहले आप पेपर पे एम्प्टी हो जाओ, विच मीन्स कि रात भर जो हमारे अनकॉन्शियस में जो चल रहा है उसको पूरी तरह आप अनलोड करो। और वो कैसे करना है? यू जस्ट स्टार्ट राइटिंग 3 pages without picking your pen and paper. I said, okay, I can do that. I can do that. Saying that you do it exactly how it's coming to you in your mind, which means, example के तौर पे, you start to write, today is a Friday morning and I'm feeling good, but yesterday, and you saw that it went from today to yesterday. So your mind is already wandering. So you catch all of that and put it on paper for 3 pages. Okay. And I did that very, very rigorously for I think 8 months, and then something happened and I stopped writing about it. But I could see that the days that I was writing and the days I did not write, I could see the difference. जिस तरह से मेरा डे अनफोल्ड हो रहा था, जिस तरह से मेरी एनर्जी थी, एंड देन आई केम बैक टू इट। ऐसे हम हमेशा होता है कि आप एक नई प्रैक्टिस डेवलप करते हो और फिर वो पॉज हो जाती है किसी की कारण की वजह से, लाइफ गेट्स इन द वे, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी गेट्स इन द वे, बट आई वेंट बैक टू इट बिकॉज आई रियलाइज कि यहाँ कुछ है, यहाँ कुछ हो रहा है। मेडिटेशन एक बात है, लेकिन रोज सुबह उठ के मॉर्निंग पेजेस पे एम्प्टी होना, वो जो बात है, that was somehow helping me cope with what I had on my plate at that time in my life. And I went back. As I went back, more and more doorways opened for me. और हालांकि मैं ये बहुत ही क्या बोलती हूँ, कैंडिडली शेयर करना चाह रही हूँ कि पब्लिशिंग के ड्रीम्स मेरे भी हैं, मेरे भी थे तभी, इनफैक्ट ज़्यादा थे, और अब वो बहुत कम है। क्यों? क्योंकि मेरी राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस है। Because I have a writing life, I am able to say I'll publish when I have to publish. When the time is right, it will happen. अभी वो जद्दोजहद नहीं चल रही है अंदर कि नहीं तुम देखो वाह उसकी बुक पब्लिश हो गई, इसकी बुक पब्लिश हो गई, तुम्हारी कब होगी, you've written so much, when is the world going to see? None of that is assailing me as I speak to you today. Okay, and to me that is very important, because that is the peaceful moment that I have found inside of me because of the writing practice. So how did I go from morning pages to writing daily? And what was different between morning pages and writing daily? So when I started reading about people like Julia Cameron, और बहुत सारे लोग हैं, Anainan, authors that I really like, when I studied them, मुझे समझ में आया कि writing, like everything, is like a workout. You have to work your muscle, writing muscle every day. Okay, and as you write every day, you are going to start to uh, feel the power of the joy of writing, not just writing for an end, or writing to publish, or writing to complete a deadline or a chapter or a paragraph that has been left behind. And how do we do that? Ye part 2 of the session that I'm going to come to. So when I started writing morning pages, and from there I said, okay, I've finished 3 pages for the day. Now what is happening inside of me? What can I do now? And I started sitting down and putting a timed writing practice, which is also a very well known, accepted world over writing practice. So मैंने timers लगाना start किया, and with the timers I would take up one chit of paper which I would fold and keep, like I had topics in my mind that I would write. Let's say sky, let's say blue, let's say pain, let's say heavy, let's say light. ऐसे words लेके I would write around that for 10 minutes. The rule is that you put the timer on, you take a simple notebook, literally मैंने आज जानबूझ के ये लाया है दिखाने के लिए, a simple brown notebook, whichever simplest for you, not a fancy journal. Take a really good simple pen and start writing. Just start writing. Let's, if the word is blue, you start writing blue. What about blue? What is your mind saying about blue? And then you're not stopping and you're not picking up your pen. And why is that important? That is the crux of the writing practice. Not picking up your pen is important because that is going to stop the critical or the analytical voice. जो conscious mind है वो आना स्टार्ट होगा. ब्लू क्यों लिखा, ब्लू का स्पेलिंग करेक्ट नहीं है, ब्लू तो मम्मी की साड़ी भी थी, तुमने सिर्फ बाबा के शर्ट के बारे में क्यों लिखा, all that, all those voices, right, they start coming in. So you continue writing for 10 minutes non-stop, whatever is coming. So now you understand what the writing practice actually is, that you are bypassing your analytical mind, you're bypassing that mind, वो chatter जो हमें चीजें करने नहीं देता. हाँ ठीक है, मार्केट जाना है, लेकिन अरे वो लॉन्ड्री भी बचा हुआ है, वो पहले कर लो, फिर ये कर लो. ये जो आगे पीछे जो हमें खींचता रहता है मन, और जो अवचेतन है, the subconscious, because of the programming that we've had in our subconscious. Nitin speaks a lot about programming your mind, programming your mind. What is the mind, right? This is the maximum amount of things that we do, the choices we make come from our subconscious. So the writing practice with the timer, without stopping, gives you the opportunity to empty out that chatter. It's out in black and white or blue and white, whichever pen you're using. Right? So that is the first mainstay of writing practice. Then I realized as I was doing this every day, and now I've been doing this for almost 10 years every day without fail. सुबह नहीं होगा तो दिन के बीच में होगा, या फिर रात को होगा, शाम को होगा, whenever I find that time to write those 10 minutes. And sometimes आप 10 minutes से ज़्यादा भी कर सकते हैं, right? So that is what I want to invite you all to experiment with a timed writing practice. Okay. इसके अलावा there is another point of a doorway of meeting yourself, right? आपने एक हफ्ता लिखा, 10 minutes of time writing आपने लिखा, उसके बाद एक हफ्ते के बाद अगर आप पढ़ेंगे उसको, तो आप जानेंगे कि वो जो मैंने लिखा है वो मैं हूं ही नहीं अभी, okay, in this moment, because it has passed. Why? Because the monkey mind, वो बंदर की तरह यहाँ वहाँ हर डाली पर कूदता रहता है, and we're catching that monkey mind and putting it down so that the clarity of the mind can come forward, the greater mind can come forward. We all have access to the greater mind, लेकिन हमारी जो अंदरूनी बातें, अंदरूनी डायलॉग अपने मम्मा के साथ, अपने बाबा के साथ, अपने हस्बैंड के साथ, नेबर के साथ चल रहा है, वो चल रहा है, right? And you're going to see all of that poured out on your page, right? After that, you can take this a step forward. You can start making, little reminder prompts. जैसे कि एक बहुत ही फेमस राइटिंग प्रॉम्प्ट है, विच इज आई रिमेंबर. ओके, आप आई रिमेंबर से स्टार्ट करिए एंड जस्ट स्टार्ट. I remember meeting Nitin Soni on 16th of whatever, but that day I had omelette for breakfast, and I remember that I had to send my daughter to school. I remember we were late. Just keep writing from I remember. You don't have to write a beautiful essay. You don't have to write a beautiful poem. You just have to remember and put it down on paper. Okay? ये आप 10 मिनट करिए. उसके बाद you can take a walk, you can have a glass of water, have a coffee, come back to the table and start writing I do not remember. ये दो चीजें क्या है? These are opposing forces. I remember, I do not remember. Okay, and after that, when you come back to I do not remember, you might be surprised to see what all you remember. Okay, that is how the mind works. We are confusing the chattering mind, we are confusing the monkey mind, we are confusing the mind that is at war all the time, and it which wants to prove. जहाँ कई spiritual practices में उसको ego personality बोलते हैं, जो जो हमने कई सालों से डेवलप की है, वो पर्सनालिटी बात कर रही है, राइट? सो आई रिमेंबर, आई डू नॉट रिमेंबर, और उन दोनों के बीच में एक कहीं क्लियरिंग आ जाता है. ओके, और ऐसे कई प्रॉम्प्ट्स मैं दे सकती हूँ आपको, मे बी टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ द सेशन. देन वी कम टू अ ब्यूटिफुल पॉइंट of settling down. Okay, so this is all part of the right practice that I practice. This is my personal experience, which I have learned from great teachers, and who have been very kind enough to share their own vulnerable processes with a lot of students worldwide. So the other part of this writing practice is just sitting down. Just sit down. That is also writing practice. And so I didn't define it correctly in the beginning, as in I missed out this particular definition. Writing is not in isolation. Mind is not just here, okay? The whole of you is mind. The whole of you is mind, because कहते हैं ना कि the mind that you're operating with is the body as a subconscious mind. The body has become that, right? Once you start writing, you start discovering yourself. किसी ने कहा है wonderful. You start discovering yourself because you're starting to listen to yourself. Okay? So when you sit down, after having done, let's say, I remember and I do not remember, and you're sitting down, just for a minute, you will feel the clearing. You will feel the washing of the peace that comes with it. Okay? और मैं ये आप सबके लिए चाहती हूँ. I wish that everybody experiences that wonderful moment of just being after you have written. Okay? Why only 10 minutes? क्योंकि psychological studies also prove that 10 minute में we are in that subconscious zone writing furiously and emptying ourselves out. उसके बाद 10 मिनट के बाद शायद अटेंशन वेवर होने लगता है, फिर हम वो टी क्रॉस कर देते हैं, फिर वो स्पेलिंग करेक्ट करने लगते हैं, फिर हम कहीं और कुछ और आ जाता है मन में, मैं कविता क्यों नहीं लिख रही हूँ, मेरा बुक कब पब्लिश होगा, वो चैप्टर बचा हुआ है, ओ गॉड स्कूल की फीस नहीं पे की. All of that will start coming into your writing, right? So for the first 10 minutes that you're not picking up your pen from the paper, you are just allowing to come out of that whole knotted jungle जिसको मैं बोलती हूँ, जिसको मैं scrubbing the floor बोलती हूँ. These are terms that I have given for myself. You're scrubbing the floor of your subconscious mind, and you're allowing the gates to open so that you are open to life, you are open to that day, you are open to whatever you need to do. ये एक बात शायद आपको ऑलरेडी पता होगी कि साइकोलॉजिकल रिसर्च में बताया गया है, there's so much that the subconscious can give us, but we don't use it. ये राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस एक टूल है जिससे आप वो अनलॉक कर सकते हैं. You might be surprised with the memories that come forward when you start writing with the prompt I remember. Okay? ऐसे कई prompts हैं. And जैसे कि I'm seeing, I'm not seeing. Start with that. I'm tasting, I'm not tasting. I'm feeling, I'm not feeling. I believe, I don't believe. Right? Then one of my favorite prompts is also I dream, I do not dream. I dream of, I do not dream of. I speak of, I do not speak of. Okay? So ये बहुत ही simple prompts लगते होंगे आपको, but please try these because you will see the power of the simplicity in this writing practice. Then I wanted to also share with you uh, a very personal experience, which is which is which emerged from my own writing practice, और जिसके बारे में नितिन ने भी कहा था I should share. So one of the things that the writing practice helped me do was, apart from the mind chatter को शांत करने के अलावा, I started experimenting with my writing practice to handle my daily, let's say, challenges, let's say, situations that were not very, friendly or not very loving to me. सो ये मैं आपको बताना चाह रही हूँ कि कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमारे पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स में, क्लोज रिलेशनशिप्स में कुछ नॉट्स आ जाते हैं, या फिर देयर इज there's a communication breakdown sometimes, or you're just too not ready to speak about what you want to say to this person. And it's not just personal space, but it could be a colleague, it could be your boss, it could be your child, it could be your coworker, whoever. किसी भी रिलेशनशिप में अगर आपको ऐसा महसूस हो रहा है, तो वहां जाके बोलने से पहले Why don't you use the writing practice to write it down? So the way to do that is, hey, dear Rachna, I wanted to speak to you yesterday, but what I really want to say, and that's where you start writing. I really want to say this to you. Okay. Writers live twice. Yes, thank you so much, Abu. Writers live twice. Yeah, because you are living it on paper, and then probably you might go and speak to your friend. You might go and say what you want to say to that coworker, and maybe that might be a lot gentler than अगर आपने लिखा नहीं होता और जाके बात नहीं की होती. तो ये personal experience है मेरा. With one particular person in my life, I had to say something to them, and just I thought that it's not right for me to say. I'm going to end up hurting. I'm going to alienate this person. All of that. I just sat down and I wrote for 3 days. And will you believe me if I told you that I didn't have to speak to that person? That person, a week later, came to me and said, hey, you know what? I was thinking that day about what you said. And I know there were some words that could have been exchanged, but I understand where you were coming from. And can we like start with a clean slate? I was amazed. I was beside myself with gratitude, and I understood what this writing practice has given me in this moment, which was really big for me. Okay, so you could try that in the personal area. You could try that with your children. Okay, कई बार मैंने मेरे बच्चियों के स्कूल के टीचर्स को भी के साथ भी ये शेयर किया हुआ है, और उन्होंने भी मुझे बहुत अच्छा फीडबैक दिया है कि चिल्ड्रन राइट रियली वेल. दे डोंट हैव एनी बैरियर्स for themselves. When you say the color red, they will write about the color red and they will go all out. And then richer, more wonderful ideas can pour out of them and the whole class can work on something wonderful. ये अपने मातृभाषा में भी कर सकते हैं. Like it doesn't have to be in English, right? It can be in Hindi, it can be in Gujarati, whatever language you are uh, uh, easy with, ये आप apply कर सकते हैं. Then I was also wanting to share with you a thought that came to me when I was preparing for this session, which was that इसे कहा तो है कि magic of daily writing, it's a habit. Okay, it has to be a habit. You make it your good habit, right? But after the habit, it becomes a need. For me, it is a need, आदत और ज़रूरत. ये अभी ज़रूरत हो गई है मेरी. I have to write. I write everywhere. I write anywhere. I uh, I am waiting for my dentist to see me. I sit outside. I take my notebook out and I just start writing. I write. So it's not just a 10-minute timer. It can be a 5-minute timer. It can be a 3-minute timer. It can be a 2-minute timer. 2-minute टाइमर के बारे में बात करते हैं क्योंकि रिधिमा और नितिन सर के साथ I had shared something which I want to share with you all, which is also you can extend the writing to a writing practice, time writing. You can put a 3-minute timer and you can just say, I'm making a list of things that I see. Okay, this is also a way of coming into the present. क्योंकि कई बार आप प्रेजेंट में होते नहीं हैं. वी आर जस्ट थिंकिंग क्योंकि वो कल हुआ था ऑफिस में, वो चल रहा है मेरे मन में और मैं वैसे ही खाना बना रही हूँ, वैसे ही मैं जा रही हूँ काम पे और वैसे ही मैं घर आके थक गई हूँ. एंड आई एम नॉट प्रेजेंट. आई हैव नॉट बीन प्रेजेंट थ्रू द डे. आई एम नॉडिंग माई हेड, आई एम लिसनिंग टू पीपल, बट आई एम नॉट प्रेजेंट. ओके, सो दिस इज अ क्विक मेथड ऑफ गेटिंग प्रेजेंट. ओके, एंड यू कैन यूज दिस एनी टाइम. आपकी मीटिंग चल रही है एंड यू आर फीलिंग ओवरवेल्म्ड, यू कैन एक्सक्यूज योरसेल्फ फॉर 2-3 minutes, sit aside, take a paper and pen and start making a list. Just list out what you see. I see a drawer, set of drawers, a purple blanket, white door, a blackboard, books. Just start writing, making a list. You will see that you'll start coming into the present. You will see that you'll be more focused. You'll see that some energy of that chatter has gone away and you have available energy to enter the meeting back again. Okay, then there is the same list can be extended. Okay, you can start writing about the favorite foods that you have. You can start writing a list about uh, your favorite colors, and maybe you can start with just one word of writing, like my favorite colors have been blue, purple and green. But then maybe that blue is going to tell you something more. And the sky was really so blue on that summer day in Darjeeling, where I was with my family, and we had just had hot pakoras by the roadside, whatever, and you're making a list like that. Okay, so that is another tool for the writing practice. Then there is um, a dialogue with your older self, a dialogue with your younger self. Okay, what would you tell your 10th grade? Okay, what would you tell 10th grade Iravati? Go for 10 minutes. Go for 5 minutes. What would you want to say to your elder daughter right now? Go for 3 minutes. Then there is a very famous prompt, writer's prompt, which is you can find it on Google. All these prompts are available on Google. You can choose your own and make your own. I've made a lot of my prompts my own. uh, a 5 minute autobiographical story. 5 minutes में अपनी ऑटोबायोग्राफी लिखिए. ओके, 7 मिनट्स में कल के ड्रीम्स के बारे में लिखिए. 10 मिनट्स में मैं ड्रीम क्या करना चाहती हूँ उसके बारे में लिखिए. So there is so much that you can explore, and I'm just setting you all up, and I'm just putting this little seed of creativity in your mind so that you can make it your own and you can take it forward and you can have a solid writing practice. The key is to write every day. Experiment with this for 30 days. This is a 30-day super success summit. Why is it 30 days? Because you're orienting yourself, your brain is getting entrained. For 1 hour every day you're listening to wonderful people say wonderful things, so you are obviously imbibing all of that, right? So experiment with it. Write for 30 days. Just write for 10 minutes every day for 30 days. It's not much. वो 10 मिनट वो इंस्टाग्राम पे ऐसे चले जाते हैं, आधा घंटा हो जाता है. So take that time out, write for 10 minutes. एक और सवाल आया था, what is the best time to write? Morning morning is a good time to write because you're setting up your day. Okay, what would you like to go through your day with? Like, what is the focus that you might want to have? जैसे मेरा एक पर्सनल प्रैक्टिस है. जब मैं सेट पे जा रही होती हूँ तो मैं डिसाइड करती हूँ आज के दिन मेरा क्या फोकस रहने वाला है, राइट? सो टुडे माय फोकस इज टू बी अ contributor. Like, I want to contribute today in some way, more than I regularly do as an actor. What more can I give? What can I receive today? Right, I'll be aware and open to receive. उसके बारे में लिखिए. And see how wonderful it feels to be in the driving seat of your life, of your day. I'm not going to say life because just this day, one day and one lifetime, like just write for that day. Keep your focus, open your minds, open your hearts, feel the gratitude of being able to write. क्योंकि हम बचपन से लिखते आ रहे हैं, तभी हमको essays और compositions और comprehensions और साइंस पे लिखना पड़ रहा था. पांच पांच मार्क का सवाल है, पूरा फुल स्कैप भरना है, तभी हम लिखते थे, राइट? सो व्हाई नॉट राइट नाउ फॉर योरसेल्फ? So my biggest thing, the reason why I wanted to come and speak today on this wonderful platform is because I want to be a writer. I wanted to be a writer, but today I can very safely and very satisfactorily say that I have a writing life, which is my own. Okay, I'm not in a rush to publish a book. I'm not in a rush to go finish that chapter that I've left, because my writing life is helping me become a better me. Okay, and if imagine that day when you don't want to be anybody but yourself, what would that feel like? Write about that. What would that feel like? How would it feel to be? That can be a writing prompt. What would be the day? How would that day be the day I achieve this? Write for that. And remember, the reason why the 10-minute timer is there is because it's giving you a structure. Even writing practice itself is a discipline and a structure. और सच्ची बात बताऊं, मुझे लगता था कि मैं बहुत ही undisciplined और undisciplined पर्सन हूँ, बाकी के लोगों के पास कैसे रूटीन होता है, मेरा रूटीन क्यों नहीं है, आई जस्ट स्टार्ट समथिंग एंड आई स्टॉप. वेल, I have just proved to myself that I haven't stopped writing. Okay, now for my mind to accept that, it took some time, but it's the truth. That's where I am today. I have a writing life, which is my own, and it gives me tremendous pleasure. It gives me tremendous joy to write every day. और एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ, पहला पहले 3 महीने all I did for the 10 minutes timed writing was whine. सिर्फ कंप्लेन, सिर्फ तकरार. But you know, my body hurts, but you know, this, but you know, all of those things. Okay, they also have to be on paper, they have to come out, because that is the complaint, that is the subconscious, that is the personality that we are leaving behind as we keep writing this. So it's okay, someday you're going to whine, someday you're going to write angry thoughts, someday you're going to just not write anything that may make sense to somebody who reads it, or even to yourself. It doesn't matter. Just put the pen on paper and just write. Just write. Okay, don't stop until the timer goes off. And why is that important? Again, I'm reiterating this, is because, and why write with my hand? Because writing with our hands is something that we already know. वो genetic code है हमारा. Okay, typing will be a different activity. You can also type for 10 minutes if you want. If you think you're a good type, you have a fast keyboard speed, do that. It doesn't matter. But then the different areas of your brain are functioning. When you're writing with your pencil or your pen, you're connected from here to your heart, to your shoulder, to your elbow, to your wrist, to your pen, to your paper, and your eyes are seeing what you're writing. It's an act of creation, right? And please stop yourself from saying, hey, I don't create. Well, how can that be creation? It is creation. Putting even a dot on paper is creation. Okay, मैंने कई painful दिन देखे हैं ऐसे, जहाँ where I felt that I'm not a creative person. I'm not creating. Look at other people, and that comparison, that keeps you away from your dreams and keeps you away from your gifts that you have to give other people, to yourself, to your near and dear ones, to life, to keep you receiving from life what life is giving you. It's so dynamic from moment to moment to moment. All of that, all of that comes there on paper. So even if it's a dash and a dot, and today I don't feel like writing, if you wrote that for 10 minutes, imagine what would happen. Why don't you give it a try? Write that. Write, whine, complain for 3 months. Let's see. And then let's see where that takes you. इसके अलावा, I feel that the writing practice has also given me personally the window to listen. Listen to this chatter, listen to my heart, which I had not heard for a long time, because this chatter keeps the heart's voice down. Okay, and the moment this chatter starts to evaporate, the heart starts to speak. And then one day you'll see, when you start writing with an I remember, what the heart is going to remember. What is the heart remembering? And you'll be amazed what the heart remembers. So I started to listen to myself. I allowed myself to listen to myself. I accepted what I was hearing also. I didn't fight it. I put it on paper and I just went about my business. Okay. And then what happened because of that? What was the spillover effect? What was the benefit? What is the takeaway from this? I started becoming a better listener. I started listening more intently and deeply to other people. Not just what they were saying, but also what they were not saying. Because I had done the practice of I remember and I do not remember, right? The mind was still remembering. So I became a better listener. And I think we need people to listen. Who doesn't like their story being listened to or heard? We all want to be heard. We say, hey, I hear you, I see you. Do we really see or hear? No, I don't think so. It's 50%. Imagine if someone was 100% present with you, listening to you. and seeing you for who you are. So that all that happens with the practice. And then I also started noticing that when I would do practices of, let's say, 10 minutes and 10 minutes, and I had covered 30 minutes, I would say, oh my God, I've written for 30 minutes. I didn't even know that. But I'm breaking it into smaller size of, bite-sized pieces of 10, 10, 10 minutes. And I had finally arrived at a juncture which was like, वो कहते हैं ना, skating करते वक्त सब, they're falling, the kids are falling, they're slipping, they're scraping their knee, and then suddenly one day you'll see your child skating around the ring very elegantly without any help, and she's enjoying herself and you're enjoying watching her. That kind of writing starts to happen. And then you can take that wherever you want to. You can publish your book, you can write your blog, you can become a speaker, you can, you can use any of that material to do whatever you want to do. You know the act of writing uh, opens up something very, very deep inside of us, and it is already inside of everybody. Everybody can write. I have to tell you this. One day I had a dinner at home, and बहुत आवाज हो रही थी, and everybody was going, and I was seized with this idea. I stood in the middle of that dinner with 8-10 लोग बात कर रहे थे, खाना खा रहे थे. I just pulled my notebook, and in the middle of that noise I just started writing. Where did that come from? Because I was so, I my muscle was so ready and developed that none of that voice was bothering me. And imagine if you can do that for other areas of your life where you're working, और ऊपर कहीं drilling हो रहा है, कहीं ये हो रहा है. Normally I think is, अरे यार, it's giving me a migraine. They should stop. Why can't they stop? Your attention is going there. But imagine if you're done that with your writing practice, nothing's going to bother you. It'll bother you less for sure. And talking about migraines, uh, I suffer from migraines. I used to suffer from migraines. I also got that into my writing practice, and I started writing about migraines specifically. I started giving migraines a voice, and I started writing about it. And I must say that there was a big shift in the frequency of the migraines. Okay, so you can use it. You can use the writing practice practically for anything and everything in your life, in your daily life. And I don't know how much time it is. Have I crossed the time limit? I think so. But you will adopt this method and practice. And thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. It's been a gift.
Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. Let's give her a big round of applause, everybody. What a session it was. That's amazing, Iravati. And only you could have done justice to this topic, the magic of writing daily. How many of you were in awe of her when she was speaking? How many of you are inspired right now? How many of you are looking around to grab that pen and diary to start writing right now? Type in me in the chat box. That's what I'm using, my son's notebook. I'd already started writing. I remember, I do not remember. I know this, I don't know this. My timer was right there. Trust me, Ravati.
Well
Yep,
done.
it was absolutely amazing. Friends, all of you who are listening to this right now, type in awesome, amazing, super, incredible. If this made a difference to your life, if you learned something new, if you are happy that you are here in the Super Power Success Summit, type that in the chat box, because she needs to know it. I need to know it. We need to know it so that we can keep on doing what we are doing here for you. Let us know in the chat box. इरावती, समय कम है, आपका एक और सेशन है, जानता हूं, लेकिन कुछ क्वेश्चंस माइंड में रह गए. क्या करें? छोड़ दे
नहीं, एक दो ले लीजिए प्लीज, because I love listening to people's questions. I love
जी,
it.
ये जरूर पूछना चाहूंगा मैं. एक तो ये जो एक फनी क्वेश्चन, दो क्वेश्चन जल्दी से पूछूंगा. पहला तो ये कि जो डायरीज भर गई हैं, जब जब मैं नई डायरीज परचेज करने जाऊं तो क्या एक लॉकर भी लेने जाना पड़ेगा टू कीप दोस क्योंकि अगर किसी ने पढ़ लिया व्हाट आई नो व्हाट आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई रिमेंबर व्हाट आई डोंट आई जस्ट वांट ऑन अ
No.
फनी साइड do you
Yeah,
also
funny side.
recommend me to buy a
Yes,
locker?
I have encountered that question. I'm going to quickly answer that. It's funny because it doesn't matter. You're not that person anymore. You know, that's the whole
Hmm.
point. And
Hmm.
you can give it away. You can
Hmm.
let it go. You
Hmm.
can burn it, you can tear it, you don't have to, unless there is something that you're specifically writing in terms of structure. एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत poem भी आ गई है I remember के बीच में, तो उसको उतार दीजिए कहीं और, right?
Wow.
In that
Right.
in that review. But
Right.
बाकी सारी चीजें तो this is all going to be all that boo boo boo, all of that, most
Right.
of it.
Wow. And Iravati, what areas of your life have you seen getting impacted as you've been writing for almost 10 years now, you said, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's been 10 years. When you look back and where you are today, what all areas do you see that it has impacted now, this daily writing and this daily habit?
Absolutely, that it's magical because like I said earlier, I have become a better listener. Okay, I used to
Hmm.
think that I listen to people very well, lekin
Hmm.
wo connection between the heart and the ear,
Hmm. Hmm.
is becomes deeper. The
Hmm.
connection is deeper, right?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
I have become a better listener.
Hmm.
Secondly, I feel that it has impacted the way I perform on set, like as an actor. It is a, writing may be a solitary process, but the process is not in isolation, क्योंकि उसका spillover effect सब जगह आने वाला है, आपकी मम्मी पर भी. Okay, because that is something that I have experienced with my own mother, right? And my
Right.
mother she keeps journals. My
Right.
father was a diarist and my mother she keeps journals, but I can see the level of communication that has gone, from a communication to somewhere else. Your ability to communicate, your ability for clarity, lesser confusion, lesser overwhelm, lesser shoulders tight, they're more relaxed because you've emptied yourself on the paper in the morning. और जैसे कि
Right.
मैंने आपको सजेस्ट किया था कि रात को अगर आप आई डू नॉट रिमेम्बर करेंगे सोने से पहले 10 मिनट, तो इमेजिन हाउ यू गोइंग टू गो टू बेड, योर बॉडी इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक
True.
रिलैक्स्ड,
True.
राइट?
True. True. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. और दोस्तों, ये था session The Magic of Writing Daily. Iravati, I have no idea how all of us are thankful to you, how much thankful we are to you for introducing this thing to us. Most of the people who are present here today are from the same community.
Yes,
We help them write books, publish them, and I'm
right.
sure this helped, because a lot of times I just want to specifically mention this. We do this book writing challenge and we ask people to develop this habit of writing daily, and sometimes people say आज कुछ दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा, आज नहीं लिखा मैंने सर, आज नहीं मन में आया. उसका answer that you gave, I just loved it. You said just write today, I don't feel like writing.
Yes,
अगर ये
right
भी
about that.
अगर इससे भी शुरू कर दो तो
Correct.
तो भी बहुत ही अमेजिंग है.
और
इरावती.
और एक जाने से पहले आई विल से दिस, अगर जिन लोगों को कुछ नहीं, मोटिवेशन नहीं है, राइट, सो लेट देम, गिव देम 3 minutes or 5 minutes of time and say I don't feel motivated because,
Yeah,
put it
true.
aside, let them look at you on Zoom and then come back to their whatever they're writing.
Right. Because see, I'm writing it right now.
Please, and there's another
Wow.
prompt that I want to say. He said and she said,
Right.
and he did
Hmm.
not say and she did not say.
Hmm.
ये बहुत, ये सारी बहुत आवाजें हैं हमारे अंदर. पापा ने बोला
Wow.
नहीं बोला, मम्मा ने बोला था नहीं बोला था. Just start writing that, right? He said, she said. You're not naming who.
True.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I wish we could go on and on and on. And if we wish we don't end this session. All of us really wants to just listen to you on this, because this was something new. This was amazing. And I want to thank you, Iravati, once again for coming here today
Thank
and sharing this magical process. Thank you for giving us this tool with the help of which we'll be able to know ourselves better. Isn't that amazing, Iravati? Thank you so much. Any last words for the audience? Anything that you want to say before you go, dear?
Yes, I want to say, keep writing, first of all. Secondly, credit is where credit is due. Yes, these are my personal experiences, but there have been hundreds of great masters before. This might sound like a new tool, but it's a very, very old tool. It's a very old tool, and it is very prevalent in the Zen practices, of, and basically it's watching the mind. through the practice of putting things on paper. So I'm not going to take credit. I have just shared what I went through as a person. इस challenge को मैंने अपनाया खुद अकेले, और मेरे I am a scientist of my life, so I experimented with my life, and I would invite everybody else to do the same, to become an experimenter and see where it takes you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Iravati, thank you so much for, on behalf
Thank
of everybody who was present here, on behalf of the entire team of Adyan Book, Superpower Author, the Superpower Success Summit. Thank you so much for coming here today and sharing your ideas with us. It was absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much, Nitin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Iravati. Thank you. Thank you. All righty then. दोस्तों, ये था session day 5, the magic of writing daily. How was the session? Well, absolutely incredible. It was for me, at least. I am a student. She started the session by saying, I am a student. नितिन, आपने कहा मैं एक्सपर्ट हूं, एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूं, मैं स्टूडेंट हूं. दोस्तों, हर एक्सपर्ट जो ये कहने की हिम्मत रखता है कि मैं स्टूडेंट हूं, आप समझ लीजिए वही सही शख्स है जिससे आपको ज्ञान लेना चाहिए. Now today, Iravati came, and you want, I doubt if she would be professionally teaching people the same stuff. Right? I just doubt that. She happened to be a part of the community. We requested her to come, and she said, I'll be more than happy to come in and share what I do. She said, I follow this. It's not that I'm coming here to teach this and any monetization, any idea of monetizing it. No way. She said, I follow it. Nathan, I've been following it for almost 10 years now. And wow, you're doing a summit. I guess people need to know this. She said, people need to know this, and bang on. Here it was. It's done. The session was right there for you. This was दोस्तों day 5 of the Superpower Success Summit. आज हमने सीखा किस तरीके से एक writing process आपकी मदद कर सकता है to get back into the present moment. This monkey mind, she said, कभी भविष्य में भाग रहा है तो कभी पास्ट में भाग रहा है. आप प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में है ही नहीं. और प्रेजेंट मोमेंट में आने के लिए क्या करना है? अब तो और भी अच्छा टूल मिल गया. कितने लोग मेडिटेशन के बारे में जानते हैं लेकिन करते नहीं है. अब क्या करना है? पेन उठाइए, डायरी उठाइए, लिखना शुरू करिए. क्या दिख रहा है आपको चारों तरफ? You get back into the present moment right then and there. I just loved it. When you talk about stress, उसने मुझे ये कहा, मुझे उसे वो कहना चाहिए था. मैंने इसे दिल में रख लिया. अब दिल में नहीं रखना, कागज पे उतार दो उसे. कागज पे उतार दो और खाली कर दो दिल को, खाली कर दो दिमाग को, क्योंकि ये आपके स्ट्रेस को नीचे लेके जाएगा. दोस्तों समझिए ये बात, ये जिंदगी के वो फलसफे हैं जो हमें सीखने हैं. And this is what this Superpower Success Summit stands for. You come here every day 7 to 8 p.m. and I guarantee by the end of these 30 days you won't be able to recognize yourself. Why? Because you would have transformed your life completely. ये है पावर. दोस्तों संतों का संग जो है ना वो जिंदगी बदल देता है. ये इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है. अब एक इसके अलावा आप देखिए कि इस प्रोसेस में आपकी हैप्पीनेस बढ़ेगी. You'll feel happy. आप खुद को जानने लगेंगे, पहचानने लगेंगे. मतलब अब ये है कि कोई पर्पस नहीं है लिखने का. आप बस लिख रहे हैं because it will help you, because you'll start loving it. As simple as that. And there's no intent to, maybe eventually you might find that you've written something and you may want to publish it. But if not, still, and you write every day. Yeah, you write every day. People will ask you to go for a walk. Now we are asking you to write daily. Write daily. Not for anybody else, but for yourself. That was absolutely amazing for me. Or also, it will help you. It will help you in almost all areas of your life. And I can tell you this. This will help you in all areas of your life. Ever since I came to know about it from Iravati, मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूँ कि ever since I came to know about it from her, I've started doing it. I have already started doing it. क्या वो लॉकर या डायरी अभी भरने दीजिए डायरी को. चलिए दोस्तों, तो ये थी बात आज के सुपर पावर सक्सेस समिट में, जिसमें हमने बात की how this process of writing daily can help you. कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे लोगों के, जल्दी जल्दी उनके जवाब दे देता हूं. सुबह लिखना है कि शाम को लिखना है कि रात को लिखना है? आपने अगर ध्यान से सुना हो तो she said डिनर टेबल पे भी लिखना शुरू किया. मतलब जहां दिल करे लिखें, जब दिल करे लिखें। लैपटॉप पे लिखूं कि डायरी में लिखूं, ये जो उन्होंने कहा जेनेटिकली हम प्रोग्राम्ड है, ये हमारी जनरेशन से लिखती आ रही है हाथ से, तो उसी को यूज करिए ना। ये तो अभी चला है, ये लैपटॉप तो अभी चला, ये जो जेनेटिकली जो आपके माइंड के अंदर प्रोग्रामिंग है उसको फॉलो करेंगे तो बेटर रहेगा। पेन से लिखने की कोशिश करें, है ना। और कोई स्पेसिफिक टाइम की हमने बात नहीं की, कोई स्पेसिफिक स्पेस की भी हमने बात नहीं की। जहां दिल आए एक डायरी ले जाइए, साथ हो लिखना शुरू कर दीजिए। एक गार्डन में जाइए, आप कहीं बैठिए, अपने रूम में जाइए, जहां आपका दिल हो लिखिए, बस लिखिए। what I know, what I do not know, what I remember, what I don't remember, what he said, what she said, what I want to, all of that, just write it down. जब दिल ना करे लिखने का तो लिख दीजिए I don't feel like writing, and then you ask yourself why, and then just write that, and you're going to love this entire process. Well, this was as I said, day 5, and I said it before and I can say it again. I can go on and on and on and I can talk about it, but something has to end so that another thing can begin. और दोस्तों अब टोन सेट हो चुकी है ऑलरेडी फॉर डे 6, फॉर डे 6। हाँ जी, आप में से कितने लोग ये सेशन बैठे बैठे देखते हैं रोज? अब अगर रोज बैठे बैठे देखेंगे तो धीरे धीरे वेट तो गेन होगा ही ना। और खाते भी जा रहे हैं, क्या खा रहे हैं? पकौड़े खा रहे हैं कि चिप्स खा रहे हैं? मतलब अगर आप इस तरीके की ईटिंग कर रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब आपका वेट तो बढ़ रहा है। तो अब इसका भी हमें ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। तो दोस्तों अगर कहीं ना कहीं you're not happy with the weight that you are carrying, if you want to lose weight, yeah, and there are people who are watching me intensely right now when I'm talking about weight loss. See, when you want to lose your weight, when you want to get back in shape naturally, and if you want to get rid of your blood pressures, if you want to get rid of your diabetes stuff and all of that, I have a good news for you. आज की तारीख में स्ट्रेस एक ऐसा एपिडेमिक है जो फैल रहा है और उम्र भी नहीं देख रहा। ब्लड प्रेशर हो रहा है, वेट गेन होता जा रहा है, 10 तरीके की तकलीफें बढ़ रही है। तो दोस्तों अगर आप इंटरेस्टेड हैं जानने में कैसा नेचुरल प्रोसेस, कोई दवाई नहीं, कोई ये नहीं कहेगा जिम हिट करो, पसीने बहाओ, ना, इसके आगे भी एक नेचुरल प्रोसेस को आप फॉलो करके वेट लूज कर सकते हैं। You can get back into your normal weight and you can look good, you can feel good, you can be more energetic, and as this expert says, get into your second life and high energy, a happy life, a full on healthy life. और अगर ये सब सुनकर के आप एक्साइटेड है दोस्तों, तो मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूं कि कल का जो सेशन है day 6 is going to be even better. Well, that's what this summit stands for, isn't it? Even better, even bigger, because we have invited one of India's top expert on the topic of weight loss, one of India's top expert who's going to come in and help you to lose your weight naturally. And you're going to love this session, because I'm looking forward to it. I got to lose few kgs here. I'm looking forward to the session. तो दोस्तों कल जुड़ना मत भूलिएगा, शाम 7 बजे on the Superpower Author YouTube channel, live and exclusive for you, because I have invited one of India's top expert for you to help you get back in shape, become more energetic and live your life king size. चलिए तो मिलते हैं कल. Thank you very much for joining us today in this session on day 5. This is Nitin Soni, and I want to say thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming here every single day. It's a promise that we have made to each other, haven't we? It's a promise. And in this promise, we want to transform our life in the next 30 days. So make no mistake about it. एक भी दिन मिस नहीं करना है, सुनना है, आना है, नोट्स बनाने हैं। चाहे आप बिजी भी हो तो बैकग्राउंड में प्ले कर दीजिए, ईयर प्लग्स लगा लीजिए, लेकिन सेशन मिस मत करिएगा। लाइव की अपनी एक इंटेंसिटी है, लाइव की अपनी एक एनर्जी है, लाइव का अपना ही एक इम्पैक्ट है दोस्तों। तो उस इम्पैक्ट से महरूम मत रहिएगा। I'm going to see you tomorrow sharp at 7 p.m. This is your friend Nitin Soni saying goodbye, take care. See you tomorrow now. Bye for now.
Let me call upon stage Nitin Soni.
Louder, louder, louder. Come on, louder.
दोस्तों सक्सेस इन एनी फील्ड इज 70% साइकोलॉजी एंड 30% मैकेनिक्स। किसी भी फील्ड में, इन व्हाटएवर फील्ड यू चूज, सक्सेस इज ऑल अबाउट 70% साइकोलॉजी एंड 30% मैकेनिक्स।
मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं, विराट कोहली ने सेंचुरी मारी थी क्या डेब्यू में? अच्छा, सचिन तेंदुलकर ने मारी? अच्छा, धोनी ने मारा. But all of these three individuals are legends. In spite of the fact that they did not score century on debut. Even if you are not able to score century on debut, you can still become a legend if you take few things right. Understand this.
Why do you want to become what you want to become? Why do you want to get that success? Why do you want to get that degree? Why do you want to become a rank holder? Why do you want it? Answer your why.
They are compromising on their potential. You have amazing potential in you. Why do you want to restrict it? You're not supposed to restrict your potential. Warren Buffett has 97 different streams of income. 97. And the day I realized, the day I noticed it, I said, 97? What the hell?
What is the difference? The difference is in their psychology. That's where the entire difference lies. That's the main thing. You need to understand your psychology, your mindset. Usme kya chal raha hai? That's what you need to focus.
Excellent. And I knew I would be the top scorer in the institute. And that's exactly what I did. Each and every paper that I gave, when I came back home, I said, I'm ready for the next one. And I did that. Ready for the next one. Did that. Then I waited for my results. And on the results day, what did happen? I failed. What is it that I can do now? At the best I can study. At the best I can put in the hard work. At the best I can do whatever is possible for me to do. What else can I do?
He actually looked at the big portrait of Mount Everest and he said, Mount Everest, I know you are failing me. But the more and more you fail me, the more and more I'm getting determined that one day I'm going to stand on top of you. Do you know why, Sir Edmund Hillary said? He said, do you know why? Because you, even as Mount Everest, cannot grow any further. But I, as a human being, will keep growing. That's my message to you. Keep growing. No matter what Mount Everest you want to climb in your life, you can. If you have the right mindset and if you do not let your failures enter your mind. Why? Because it's your responsibility, friends. It's your responsibility. Nobody else is going to work hard for you. Nobody else is going to bring your dream in a silver plate and say, hey, here is your dream, enjoy. No, that's never going to happen. You will have to work hard. You will have to put in the hard work. You will have to burn the midnight oil. You will have to make your dream come true. The responsibility is yours. I cannot do your push-ups for you, can I? Can I? Of course not. You will have to do your push-ups.
What do? You notice that you are not the only one who is watching that dream. You are not the only one having that dream inside you. When there are 1,000 other mothers who are having the same dream for their sons, what do you do to make the dream of your mother come true? You outwork your competition. You outwork your competition. You get up early. You work harder. You stay longer. You do whatever it takes. You got to overwork. You got to outwork. You got to outsmart everybody else. Because if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. If you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. If you are not getting up early, someone else is getting up early. And he is going to grab your position. He's going to grab your position. Understand this. You got to outwork your competition. If it means doing anything that you have not done till date, you should be interested in doing it. Learning techniques, learning facts, programming your subconscious, whatever it may be. Be ready to outwork your competition.
My intensity multiplied. My hunger multiplied. My seriousness multiplied. I prepared like hell. I was actually doing things that nobody around me was doing. I was studying for 12 hours a day and I said, no matter what happens on the results day, I'm going to give my best shot in this again. I studied like anything. And I did all those test papers, working, studying over and over and over again. I revised over and over and over again. And I gave my exams to the best of my ability. On all the results day, the screen said, pass.
Unless and until you answer your whys, you will not be able to remain motivated. You need motivation? Answer your whys. Answer your whys. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Is it because of your father? You want to make your father's dream come true? Is it because of your mother? Your mother is looking a dream for you and you want to make her dream come true? Is it because of your siblings, your brother, your sister, your other family members? Or is it probably because yourself? You say, I want to become rich because I want to prove to the world that I am a rich person and I am not a poor person. You got to answer your whys. Why do you want to become what you want to become? Answer your whys. Because this is exactly where motivation lies. What are you waiting for? Whatever it takes. Even if it takes for you to learn something, learn it. If it takes for you to work hard, work hard. If it takes for you to get up early in the morning, get up early in the morning. If it takes for you to work in day in and day out, do it. He was a world heavyweight champion in boxing, Mike Tyson. डरते थे लोग उसके नाम से. और Mike Tyson won 37 fights back to back. अपनी लाइफ की पहली फाइट से लेकर 37 फाइट्स तक माइक टाइसन हर एक फाइट जीतता गया. एक भी फाइट वो नहीं हारा. और पीपल यूज्ड टू स्वेट बाय हिज नेम. डरते थे लोग उसके नाम से. 37 फाइट लगातार जीतना इज नो गेम. एंड ही वाज द वर्ल्ड हेवीवेट चैंपियन. 37 फाइट लगातार जीतने के बाद जो 38वीं फाइट उसकी थी वो थी अगेंस्ट जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस. और ये जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस कौन था? कुछ भी नहीं, अ नॉर्मल बॉक्सर, वेरी नॉर्मल बॉक्सर. कभी भी अपनी लाइफ के अंदर हैवीवेट चैंपियन नहीं बना, कभी भी उसने कोई बहुत बड़ी चैंपियनशिप नहीं जीती. वेरी नॉर्मल बॉक्सर. 38th मैच माइक टाइसन का अगेंस्ट जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस. इट वाज अ वन-साइडेड मैच. दे सेड माइक टाइसन इज गोइंग टू विन एनीवेज. सारा मीडिया हैरान, सारी दुनिया हैरान. माइक टाइसन लॉस्ट द मैच. 38th फाइट माइक टाइसन लॉस्ट इट. हाउ कम? ये कैसे हो सकता है? सारा का सारा मीडिया पागलों की तरह जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस के पीछे. बस्टिन डगलस, ये तुमने किया कैसे? हाउ डिड इट? यू जस्ट वन अगेंस्ट माइक टाइसन. इम्पॉसिबल. हाउ कुड यू डू द इम्पॉसिबल? ये किया कैसे तुमने? He said, before this match, my mother declared to the world that her son is going to beat Mike Tyson. She declared it to the world, to the relatives, to the friends, everybody, and she was extremely happy. और जेम्स बस्टिन डगलस ने कहा, माँ क्या कर रहे हो? Why are you doing that? I'm not too sure. She said, you are not sure. I am sure because I believe in my son. My son is going to beat the hell out of Mike Tyson, and my son is going to win. He said, it was my mother's dream that I beat Mike Tyson. It was my mother's dream that I become the world champion. It was my mother's dream that I become a true champion in my life by beating Mike Tyson, and not just Mike Tyson, whoever it may be. And my mother died 2 weeks before this match. He said, my mother died 2 weeks before this match. And I wanted to make her dream come true. He said, I wanted to make her dream come true. Mike Tyson के अलावा अगर वहां पर 100 Mike Tyson भी होते, उसके बावजूद मैं ये मैच जीतता. Because it was my mother's dream and I wanted to fulfill my mother's dream.
तो ये सोचता है कि मैं स्पेशल नहीं हूं. अगर यहाँ एक भी सोचता है कि मैं वर्दी नहीं हूं, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है उससे कि आज की शाम अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ बिता लेना. आज की शाम तन्हाई में अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ बिता लेना और आपकी माँ, आपके पिताजी आपको बताएंगे कि आप कितने स्पेशल हो. There is nobody in the entire world who has a fingerprint like you.
Luck, नसीब. कई मैं से देखता हूं जो अपने नसीब को पकड़ के बैठते हैं, जो ये कहते हैं कि it's only and only because of my luck. If I'm failing, it's only because of my luck. नसीब की वजह से आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं होता. तो अगर दो तरह के लोग हैं, बिलीव करते हैं नसीब, कुछ बिलीव नहीं करते नसीब के ऊपर. आप मुझे एक बात बताओ, अगर आपकी नसीब की वजह से ही सब कुछ होता है, अगर आपके लक की वजह से ही सब कुछ ये हो रहा है, तो मेहनत क्यों कर रहे हो? मेहनत करने की क्या जरूरत है? और अगर नसीब में नहीं लिखा तो मेहनत करके क्या उखाड़ लोगे? क्या उखाड़ लोगे? नसीब को लेकर के मत बैठो. जब आप अपने नसीब को देख करके कहते हो कि भाई कभी ना कभी तो चमकेगा, आपका नसीब आपको देख करके कहता है कभी तो समझेगा. आप नहीं समझते.
You command respect, power, recognition, social status, everything. It has amazing power. I am the king of the jungle now. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.